Hey guys, so one very common scenario that I'm hearing nowadays, in fact, I had one instance long back in the past, and I'm hearing it from a few people now. Like when you are approaching a car that's parked, suddenly you see that car coming in front of you, right? Uh, I'm sure a lot of you must have gone through this, and what are ways to avoid this, right? Now, a couple of things that I think of that you can do to avoid this. The reason why I'm getting to this particular example is because I had a sedan that came in front of me. I actually banged into the front part and I went over the car on the other side. So, I've had a bad experience with a similar scenario. Now, what could you probably do in such a scenario? Firstly, your speed depends on the width of the road, right? How wide is the road? So how much space you have really to go along. If it's like a one lane or a two lane, like I've seen people in one lanes, if it is so close also they'll go at a speed of 80 or 60, which is bad, which is of course your mistake if you go that fast. Secondly, if it's a two lane, in one lane you would probably be somewhere around 40 to 50. Two lane you should probably be somewhere around 50 to 60. I'm just guessing. I mean, like, it depends on what bike you're driving, what car you're driving, what's the braking distance. That's the reason why I will stress about braking distance in some other video in future. But the braking distance of your vehicle is very important. You need to know how soon can you stop. That's the reason why even I have been commenting to a lot of people to keep an eye on the braking distance of the new vehicles that are coming out. But we will talk about braking distance in some other video. Now, so what happened here is, with me, of course, I was coming down from a slope, and this car just came in front of me. It turns out that that was a learner who was learning and all that. So you know the rest. And similar instances I've heard from three other people right now. So first is the speed. You need to keep an eye on your speed and make sure that you're not driving too fast in a very thin lane. Secondly, you can keep an eye on the front tire of the cars that are parked. Now, if the front tire is facing outwards, you could probably keep in mind that this car can come out in front of you, right? Now, what happens is generally there's a line of cars that are standing right there. But once you make it a habit, trust me, I have kind of made this my habit. You'll be able to see the front tires of cars. Keep that one thing in mind, and you'll be able to see if that car is coming out. So all you need to concentrate is on this one tire. If this tire is turning out, watch out. Then if the tire is turned out, you have to slow down. That's the very first point. Secondly, you could probably keep an eye on who's sitting inside, and if they are really in the driving position, or if there is a driver, there's no driver at all. It's just that the car was parked in such a way. Even if it's the car was parked in such a way, you still have to slow down just to make sure, till you actually notice that there's no driver sitting there. So you have to keep an eye on the tire, the front driver, and just those are a few things that I thought came to my mind. The braking distance, the width of the road, based on that you can decide your speed of your vehicle, and keep an eye on the cars that are parked. With me, once it did happen that I was there was a car here and I was overtaking from here, and this guy opened the door, right? So you cannot go too close to a vehicle too fast, because that person might open the door anytime. The very fact that you're going close to cars, you have to be slow. Speed of 20. Yes, it sounds too less, but yes, that's what the speed should be, a 10 or a 20. So guys, please keep an eye on these instances. They could actually save your life. Do let me know how you find this video, and I'll be back for more.